Hello, and welcome to the Kathleen Spracklin podcast. I am a woman on a mission to assemble a cadre of writers, thinkers, and teachers who are transforming the world, one character at a time. And it all starts with one thing, a deep understanding of human motivation, why people do what they do, and the forces that drive them. To gain this understanding, I am mining the intersection of psychology, theology, and philosophy to make you a better writer. This is episode 46, Naming Your Character Trait, the Insight Group. Did you have fun with our little scenario yesterday? We kind of broke the pattern a little bit so that it wouldn't be all about gaining information. We'll break it up again after a couple more episodes here where we're going to continue to name the character trait. This time we're working with a group, the Insight Group. The Insight Group answers the question of character traits that have to do with the mental capabilities of the character, observations, and awareness. And as you'll recall, we started this off by creating scenarios on 4x6 file cards. And we began by breaking our stack of stories down into 4 groups. And we said that the groups could be broken down based on what the story, the main theme of the story, dealt with. We said if the theme of the story was about struggling against the external world, then there's a good chance that we have a resilient trait to describe the story. If it was about managing oneself or assessing oneself accurately, then it was probably going to be about a balance trait. And tonight we're looking at observations and awareness and in general the intellectual powers of our character, and that's going to be the Insight Group. So if you had any cards that were labeled Insight Group. And then the last big group that will begin tomorrow is the Empathy Group, where you're navigating relationships in the story. So once again, we're going to focus in today's podcast on insight, on situations where it is our character's observation and awareness that are the themes of the story. The Insight Group is quite small, and because of its very smallness, it only has one subgroup. It's a little odd to even call it a subgroup because it's the same as the group, but it actually fits a pattern because we have one group that has one subgroup. We have a group that has 2 subgroups. We have a group that has 3 subgroups. And we have a group that has 4 subgroups. So they kind of grow in numbers. So this one is our group that has only one subgroup, which is appropriately enough called the wisdom subgroup, when our character's good judgment is involved. And as before, we're going to be asking ourselves questions to determine which character trait is involved. If we're dealing with the present time and it's necessary for our character to see what's around him and to make an accurate assessment of the situation that's right in front of him, then it's probably circumspection. And when I say current time, that could mean the story time. If the story is set in the 1700s, it's going to be current to the character's time. The next group would be if the story was about being able to correctly predict the future and the consequences of one's actions. Teenagers are especially poor at this, and so that's always a source of good drama. Simply put a heroic situation in front of a teen and they'll probably rush in. So an ability to predict the future or to gain actually to gain circumspection also is often not present in a teen. The last group that actually fits in the wisdom category is the character's ability to look around and say, wait a minute, I don't have enough information here. I don't have enough information either of the current setting, if that's what's appropriate, or to make accurate forecasts, if that's what's appropriate. Because if the story is about the time that so-and-so didn't stop for directions, that character trait that governs that story is very likely to be docility. And that's all there are in the insight group, which finishes us a little bit early. And so I'm going to take the opportunity to share with you some news. My new book went off to the printer today. Very exciting moment. The book is called Writing with Emotion: How to Inspire Your Readers and Get Them to Remember What You Write Forever. And I think you will really enjoy the book. It's 72 pages. It's color. It's not black and white. Very dense material because it's a summary of my 35-week class that I've been teaching on YouTube. And it's an excellent review if you've been taking that class. And if you don't happen to have 35 weeks available to study it, you can't hardly do better than to pick up that book to summarize the whole thing. And the incredible thing is, I wanted to get it into your hands so much that I am practically giving it away. If I were rich, I would actually ship it to you for free, but I'm not rich, so I have to charge for the cost to print it and the cost to ship it. But that's it. I'm giving you all of the profit from it. I just want you to have it in your hands. And if you want to be on the list to be the first to be notified when the book is ready, you can sign up to my email list at KathleenSpragland.com, and you will be informed the minute that orders are open for the book. So please feel free to sign up for that book. And I will tell you a little more when the book comes out. You'll have an opportunity to learn a little bit more about it before you plunk down your pretty darn close to free price. So I'll keep you informed and sign up for the list. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.